If you're still using highlighters and rereading your notes for the 5th time, you're not studying. You're just decorating your ignorance. Sounds harsh? Good. Because it is time to stop feeling like an idiot and start using clarity as your secret weapon to break the cycle of inaction and finally study like your brain was actually designed to. 1. The laser is the flashlight. Let's get one thing straight. Most people study like they're holding a damn flashlight, waving it around, hoping to light up everything at once. That's chaotic. That's sloppy. That's how you waste hours pretending to be productive. Now flip the switch. Be a laser. Lasers don't ask permission. Lasers don't wander. They cut through the noise. They focus. That's what clarity gives you. Focus so sharp it slices straight through confusion. Clarity. Steve. Polk. Focus. So how do you become a laser? Here's the move. Before you even touch a book or open a tab, ask yourself, what's the one question I want to answer today? That's your mission. That's your target. That's your grocery list. You wouldn't go to the store and randomly grab items, would you? So why the hell are you going into a study session with zero direction? You're not there to study everything. You're there to hunt one insight, that golden nugget that unlocks the chapter, the concept, the exam. Studying without a target is just mental cardio. You'll sweat, sure, but you won't go anywhere. So next time you sit down, ask, what exactly am I trying to figure out? Write it down, circle it, tattoo it on your forehead if you have to. Because once you have that clarity, you're not just reading, you're sniping. 2. Active recall. Stop taking notes. Start testing yourself. Let's cut the crap. Taking notes feels productive, but it's a trap. You sit there highlighting like Picasso with a yellow marker. Your page is glowing. Your brain, not so much. Now imagine this. Learning is like going to the gym. Highlighting is stretching. It looks good. It feels safe. But you're not actually building muscle. You're just prepping for the real work. Want real gains? Active recall is the deadlift of studying. It's heavy. It's uncomfortable. It forces you to engage. And just like in the gym, that struggle is exactly where growth lives. You don't grow by watching someone else lift. You grow by straining under the weight, by pushing your brain to pull information out, not just absorb it passively. So here's how you lift. Cover your notes. Ask yourself, what did I just learn? Try to explain it out loud like you're teaching it to a 5-year-old. If you can't explain it simply, you don't know it yet. This isn't fancy. It's raw. It's effective. You're literally rewiring your brain when you recall without cues. That's how memory sticks. That's how mastery starts. Here's a truth no one wants to admit. Passive review is procrastination in disguise. It gives you the illusion of progress without the pain of effort. So stop consuming your notes like they're a Netflix show. Start challenging yourself like you're training for a fight. Because that's what learning is, mental combat. Every time you actively recall, you're adding weight to your brain's barbell. Struggle is the point. Growth is the reward. 3. The 25-5 rule. Study like a sprinter, not a marathon runner. Here's the problem with most study advice. It treats your brain like it's a machine that can run forever. Newsflash, you're not a robot. You're a human. And humans are built for bursts of intensity, not endless slogs. Everyone loves to talk about Pomodoro like it's some ancient productivity gospel. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Rinse and repeat. But most people butcher it. They scroll during the break. They have focus during the sprint. So what you end up with is 25 minutes of diluted attention followed by 5 minutes of dopamine binging. No wonder nothing sticks. So let's fix it. Enter the 25-5 deep sprint. Not Pomodoro, not casual, not cute. This is training. Here's how it works. 24 weeks. 25 minutes of pure undistracted, no messing around focus. Phone on airplane mode, tabs closed, notifications buried 6 feet deep. This is war, not a walk in the park. 5 minutes of true reset. But here's the kicker, don't scroll. Don't check messages, don't even peek at your inbox. Move your body, walk, breathe, stretch. Give your brain oxygen, not TikTok. Why does this work? Because your brain loves rhythm. It craves urgency. When it knows it only has 25 minutes to crush a target, it locks in. It stops wandering. It stops daydreaming. It goes all in because the clock is ticking. Think of it like this. Studying without structure is like running a marathon in flip-flops. Slow, painful, and pointless. But when you study in sprints, you're an athlete on the track. Sharp, fast, focused, and done before burnout even shows up. So stop dragging your brain through 3-hour misery sessions. Sprint, reset, sprint again. Because the goal isn't to study more, it's to study better. 4, kill perfection with a draft mode. Trick, let's get real. Perfection is the silent assassin of productivity. It's that voice in your head whispering, wait, not yet. This isn't good enough. That voice, it is your brain's way of playing it safe, hiding behind excuses so you don't have to risk failure, embarrassment, or discomfort. But here's the brutal truth. Safe doesn't get results. Safe keeps you stuck. Safe kills momentum. So how do you kill perfection before it kills your progress? Here's the trick. Tell yourself this exact phrase, I'm not studying. I'm just making a rough draft of what I might learn. Suddenly, all that pressure to be perfect vanishes. You're off the hook. You're allowed to mess up, to be messy, to be incomplete. Think about it like writing a first draft of an essay. No one expects the first draft to be a masterpiece. It's raw, it's flawed, it's a starting point, but it's also a step forward. When you give yourself permission to just draft, you unlock the door to action. You stop hesitating. You stop procrastinating. You start moving, learning, improving. Perfection is a trap your brain sets to keep you in your comfort zone. Draft mode, that's your ticket out. So next time you sit down to study, don't aim for flawless knowledge or perfect notes. Aim to create your first messy, rough version. Then revise, then improve. But most importantly, just start. Because done beats perfect every damn time. 5, mental simulation. Learn before you even begin. Top athletes don't just show up and wing it. They rehearse. They visualize. They mentally run through every move before they even set foot on the field. They know that winning starts in the mind long before the game begins. Now, what about students? Most just dive in cold. Open the book, sit down, and hope their brain magically switches on. Spoiler alert, it rarely works. Here's the fix. Before you even open your notes, close your eyes and simulate the study session in your head. Ask yourself, what exactly am I focusing on? Pinpoint the target. Know your mission. Don't just study with purpose. What distractions will try to pull me away? Phone buzzing, social media lurking, hunger pangs. Anticipate the attacks. How will I respond when distraction hits? Will you pause, breathe, and reset? Or give in and lose your focus? By running this mental simulation, you're training your brain like an athlete training for a race. You're setting a clear game plan, preparing for obstacles, building mental resilience. This kind of preparation tricks your brain into winning before you even begin. It reduces hesitation and makes focus your default mode, not an occasional lucky strike. In other words, mental simulation turns chaos into control. It transforms the unpredictable into a manageable challenge. And it primes you to dominate your study session before the clock even starts ticking. So next time you feel stuck or unmotivated, don't jump straight into the books. Now close your eyes, visualize the battle, and step onto the battlefield ready to win. Studying isn't about grinding. It's about precision, about clarity, about doing less but doing it better. If you ever felt dumb, lazy, or like you're falling behind, it's not your fault. You were using broken tools. But now you've got a blueprint. Subscribe now because the next video is about the one study habit that top 1% students use that no one talks about. Share this with someone who's stuck. Be the reason they level up.